Good afternoon on this Saturday, November 5th. This is your 28storms.com tropical weather update. Currently, there are no outlined areas in the Hurricane Center tropical weather outlook, but the latest surface analysis is revealing that we are dealing with a Gale low pressure center located well off the coast of Georgia and a little bit to the west-southwest of Bermuda. The amount of surface observations over the ocean are relatively sparse, but I did see one surface observation taken a few hours ago that was indicating that the maximum sustained winds were 40 knots with gusts in excess of 49 knots, and as a result the wave heights are really on the increase, and as we can see here, the yellows are indicating wave heights beginning to reach 25 to 30 feet. In addition, due to the pressure gradient between the low pressure area over the southwest Atlantic and high pressure over the southeast, we are still seeing fairly strong winds along the east coast. In fact, we are still seeing wind gusts in excess of 28 knots or over 30 miles per hour along the Outer Banks. This system is also a bit of a problem for Bermuda, and the Bermuda Weather Service has issued a gale warning that is in effect all the way through Monday due to those strong winds, and there's also a thunderstorm advisory because they are seeing some rough storms from that low pressure area. The low pressure center is beginning to move below 30 degrees north latitude, so sea surface temperatures are marginally favorable for tropical development, and furthermore, given the fact that this system would be subtropical in nature if it were to form, it can actually afford to develop under slightly cooler water temperatures than what we would ordinarily be looking for a 100% fully tropical system. Switching over to the latest Western Atlantic visible satellite animation, we can see the Gale Center fairly well here, and also that cold front is draped well to the northeast, and that is where much of the convection is located, and that is why Bermuda is being pummeled by isolated showers and thunderstorms, and that should continue for the next couple of days. Now, if we move on to the latest water vapor, we can gain a better perspective as to what is occurring. The main trough that is associated with the upper level low is beginning to pull out toward the northeast, and in replace of that trough is this developing mid to upper level ridge that is continuing to evolve over much of the Ohio Valley. This ridge is going to continue moving eastward, and the upper level low is going to become trapped underneath that ridge, and that is why we are expecting this upper level low to remain nearly in the same place for the next 3 to 5 days, and that is the main reason why we will be keeping an eye on this for the potential of subtropical development. It is somewhat rare for upper level lows to begin acquiring subtropical or fully tropical characteristics, but a lot of times if they remain over favorable water temperatures for an extended period of time, more convection will begin to develop near the low pressure center, and that is when it becomes more warm core in nature, meaning more tropical. Now turning to the latest model guidance, beginning with the 12Z run of the CMC model. Here is the location of our Gale center, and we also have a strong surface high to the north, therefore we have a very strong pressure gradient, and that is the main reason behind the strong winds here over the West Atlantic. And the low will initially weaken over the next couple of days, but it begins to make a bit of a comeback, and that is when it could possibly acquire subtropical characteristics. Thereafter, it will likely merge with another trough approaching the east coast, and the combination of these two merging together could make for a noteworthy rainmaker, especially over New England, and that is a scenario that we will be monitoring as we advance into the early part of next week. The 12Z run of the GFS model is not that far away from the CMC solution. It shows the Gale Center just meandering around the West Atlantic throughout the next 5 days before becoming absorbed by that much larger system to the northwest, and that is really all that is being shown in the models through the next 6 to 7 days. And finally, just to show that the models are nearly in perfect agreement, this is the 12Z run of the ECMWF model. Here is the Gale low pressure center, and then to the north we have the strong high pressure. Therefore, we have the isobars being clustered very close together, and that explains once again why we still have very strong winds in excess of 40 knots in some areas, and as we advance into 24, 48, and 72 hours, the low pressure center is still in nearly the same place that we started off with, and then as we advance into day 4, or this upcoming Wednesday, this is the next approaching trough currently over the Great Lakes, and then by day 5, the low is still not moving all that much, but here we are. By day 6, it merges with this trough, and we have a 997 millibar surface low beginning to move into Maine. So the West Atlantic will be the main point of emphasis as we finish off this weekend and start the new week. Please keep it tuned to 28storms.com. We will have another video update regarding this system by tomorrow afternoon.